Good afternoon, Friday fans, Saturday fans, and Sunday fans. It is a pre weekend edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox on WNN Radio and also streaming live now on the South Florida Live channel on YouTube, along with on the Defo show with Lubie Facebook page. We're everywhere now. We're like, as somebody used to say growing up in Brooklyn, we're like crap. We're everywhere. How are you today?
The word would be omnipresent.
Omnipresent.
Mr. Writer, Mr. Sophisticate, Mr. Food Critic. Omnipresent is what we are. We're not freaking everywhere.
How are you today, Defo?
I'm good. You know what? Took a little surgically repaired walk of life. I don't know. I guess you could call that a minor procedure that I had the other day after the visit to Costa's. And thank God for that pepperoni pizza. And I like the fact that you pointed out it's the cuppy pepperoni.
The cup pepperoni, yes.
Cup pepperoni, it has like a thing to it, a zing to it. I mean, like a feel to it, like the first time you heard like a great blues band, and you said, "Wow, that is my genre of music." I mean, that is the way to do pepperoni, the way to do it at Costa's.
Yeah, it's I guess, I don't know what brand they use, but the famous brand is out of Buffalo, and it's called Battistoni Cup and Char Spicy Pepperoni, and it's got a good zing. And it used to be you order a pepperoni pizza somewhere, and it's that flat stuff, and it could be a
Yeah.
little dull. And but our man Costas, he was using the good cup char pepperoni. It's become a lot more popular, and yeah, that was a good slice of pizza, and I'm going pizza crazy now, along with my man Dickstein up in Delray Beach. But we've been sampling.
Dickstein's going to end up looking like Butterbean Ash if he keeps eating like this. He really is. He's going to be like in a 4-rounder at the MGM Grand one night in the opening bout on a card of Don King 12 fights. Before you get to the main event.
Forget about Dickstein. I'm looking pretty Butterbean esque.
You're going to work it off. Work going to the windows today over at the Isle Casino.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm going to get a workout in one way or another, either at the Paramutual windows. And again, that's a great line I found in one of my oldest, like a college newspaper, when I was writing about my experience betting on a horse named Tufts. And I went to Tufts University, and I used the line of, "We went to the racetrack where the windows clean the people."
Now, let me ask you a question here, and I don't know if I'm actually going to do this, but I'm going to have to stop and get my first $5 a gallon tank of gas today, because I haven't filled up my tank for like 3 weeks since I was out of the country there, and I don't drive that much anyway. But it's time. I mean, the red light is on, and it's starting to speak to you, going, "Get gas, you idiot! Get gas, you idiot!"
Have you ever
Great
run
thing
out of
about the new cars, but there's a Cuban restaurant inside this gas station that I go to, which is near the bank where I'm about to, cash the lunchbox check, which I'm going to take to the track there and see if I can't turn it into a few more dimes. But nonetheless, I mean, do you want me to get you if they have a Cuban sandwich? Because I know you like to import your own stuff when we do these Friday racing outings, but. I was thinking about picking you up at like a Cuban sandwich on my way to the,
that's nice.
casino today.
That would be nice.
From the gas station, because it's supposed to be great. No, but it's supposed to be great. This Cuban restaurant, everybody raves about it, and it's a little. I mean, you talk about it's sub hole in the wall. It's not even a hole in the wall. It's a sub hole in the wall restaurant.
I am never one to turn down food, especially if it's coming from you. And
All right,
I'm always open to trying other new Cuban sandwiches because
I know you love them.
I'm on a search for a good one in Broward County. I mean, there's a couple of places that make them okay, but yeah, I'm all.
If I can dig
ears.
one up, I will.
Yeah, bring one, because actually I've been running around this morning, and I made a couple of different stops. I had to take my daughter somewhere to a friend, and we had to pick up a check for her. She's actually she was getting sponsorships for her cheerleading team, and we thanked the people out at the Carvel on State Road 84 out.
Well, you're getting your
Davie.
birthday cake there. Isn't it like tomorrow? Your birthday?
I picked up a Fudgy the Whale, and I got a
Nice.
nice
what?
little
What did you pick up?
Fudgy. No, Fudgy the Whale is the
all right.
traditional.
The whale,
No,
All
I
right.
didn't. I'm not Johnny Depp. I didn't hatch a grumpy. I got a
I didn't
Fudgy.
want to get fired from the station. I got new ownership, and you're mentioning fudgies.
No, Fudgy the Whale is the
Yeah.
traditional Carvel ice cream. I grew up in Brooklyn. We had a Carvel on practically every corner. Now,
They make the best ice cream cakes, I think, of anybody.
Yes, that's
Did I know?
it. It's an
Carvel.
ice cream cake.
And because my birthday is in June 17th next week, and today we got to say happy birthday to Nikki Mohan.
Happy birthday, Nikki
a big
Mohan.
part of the
Yeah,
Lunchbox
Nikki,
now.
wow, what a great person.
We enjoyed yesterday's Visit Lauderdale segment with Nikki out at Donna's Caribbean in Margate, and we were doing the pre-birthday celebration with her. We had a couple of rum punches, and
Yes,
today I don't know what she's got in store, but we do wish Nikki Mohan.
Now, what did Nikki have? Because you ate like the curried goat, and Lubie, I think, went with like macaroni and cheese or something pretty simple. But what did Nikki have? Because
No,
she's got Caribbean blood flowing through her veins.
everything. We all had everything.
We did it family style. We're not afraid to share. We've all had our shots, and we've already gotten our immunity from getting the actual disease. So we've been we had a whole spread, and again, Gail. Thanks again to Gail Graham with the
nice lady
with the Donna's
she was great.
group, and she's oversees the operations for all 14 of them. And she brought out this massive spread. There were chicken wings, there were fish,
Wow.
fish stick fries, there were the curried goat, there was the brown stewed chicken, there was the oxtail, there was the peas and rice, and it was all fantastic. And you get that little, you heap on the peas and rice on the plate, and then it's like, when you go to a Chinese restaurant, you put your main courses or Indian food, and you get your goat and you get your oxtail and you get all the different gravies and sauce,
Mix
and
it
you
all
put it
in.
on the rice and
Yeah.
get a little extra hot sauce on the side. It was a beautiful thing. And man, I love eating all the different types of cuisine we have here in Broward. And like you said, Italy can get pretty dull if all you're doing is eating Italian food day after day. Here,
It's essentially the same everywhere. I mean, they're very good everywhere they go. I mean, you can't go wrong. But at the same time, it's not like
not like
here
being
where you
here.
have a zillion choices and a lot of different varieties of the same thing. Also at different restaurants.
Yeah, no. Hey, so let me get back to the ice cream this whole morning, because I feel like Ray Liotta, rest in peace, the last scene in Goodfellas where he's going around everywhere and you got to stir the sauce and the helicopters are buzzing overhead. I'm a little buzzed now. I don't know. Maybe I had a little extra something in my coffee this morning, but I hit the Carvel
You're
store.
always slightly verklempt. That's
I
one
wouldn't
good
say
thing about
verklempt.
you. You have a little Oscar Madison in you. You really do.
I wouldn't say verklempt. I'd say hyper or a little bit wound
Something,
up.
yeah.
Something. But
you need an Aperol spritz in Italy. That's
well,
what
you know
an
what?
Aperol spritz.
On the first break, I am going to go get a little something to calm my nerves.
Spritz
down,
something under
maybe
the
a
armpits too.
shot of something.
Yeah.
No, and I appreciate you bringing me the Cuban, but one of the stops I made. Well, first of all,
if I do, it's not a certainty.
Oh, because I have an eggplant parm sub from my local. I had to pick up a pizza for my mom's lunch because today Friday is pizza day for her, and I got myself an eggplant parm hero from Concadoro in Dania Beach.
Nice.
That's my local, and again, talking pizzas, we're going to have actually another pizza discussion later today. Jim from the new Abits, which is another New Haven style
rave
pizza
reviews.
parlor.
Yeah.
It's getting good reviews and good buzz up in Delray Beach. Now, obviously, we love the pizza spot in Fort Lauderdale. They're our guys, Wade and Reese. We love them. They're loyal to us, and we're loyal to them. They're in Fort Lauderdale. They're on a vacation until Tuesday, June 14th. But there's plenty of room in South Florida for another good New Haven pizza place, especially one that's like another 40 miles away. And I went into this place, Beats, a couple of weeks ago with Dickstein while, we were surveying the lay of the land and eating every pizza and burger in Delray Beach. Actually, he does most of the eating. He does the advanced work. And then I come in for the kill and go check out the really good ones. But Jim from Beats, it's a place. Actually, he's partners with a guy that started that Nick's New Haven Pizza down here.
Very famous.
Oh, that place is great.
There was one in Coral Springs that closed during the pandemic, but I think there's still one that's going in Boca Raton, but they're not involved with the Boca one anymore. Jim started this Beats, and again, they have New Haven roots, and they're doing this New Haven style, which is thinner, crisper. Some people say burnt. It's well done. But the thing that they're doing up at the Delray, this new Abits out there on, I think it's Jog Road, they make the white clam pie, and it's something that Wade hasn't been doing yet at Pizza Spot. And for people who know and love New Haven pizza, these white clam pies are a thing of beauty. And we'll talk to him about that later on in the show when he calls in. But meantime,
does he have a pick in the Belmont? That would be the key. You're drinking milk of magnesia like the rest of the world there, and going, we the people, especially after the Capitol hearings last night. We the people have been heard from.
We'll talk horses later. I want to finish my Ray Liotta stories because I went to the Carvel.
Oh, yeah. Now, what happened?
No, that was great. I mean, because my daughter's cheerleading team, they have to go out and hustle and get sponsorships for banners around the football field and the basketball court and put up the little things on the scoreboard. And she was able to, the people, Anthony and Liz out there at the Carville on 84, nice enough to help sponsor the cheerleading squad at American Heritage High out there in Plantation. And so we thanked them and got
And you
my
picked up a free cake also?
No, not a free cake. I paid
right.
for my cake. I'm
All
not
right.
that much. I guess I haven't been in the radio biz that
I was gonna
long
say you
because
paid for
I didn't
it.
ask. I didn't ask for the free cake. I was just
You
happy.
both got
Yeah,
I
we
was-
might
rooms.
mention you on the show today. It's
Like
possible. Why don't you tune
garages.
in? 1470 WWNN.
I know. I didn't know I was going
Around
to
the
mention
world
it,
on the
but
Odyssey Radio app.
They were nice enough to sponsor it. Again, him sponsoring my daughter's spot on the
That's
cheerleading
great.
team means I'm off the hook to I don't have to pay for her like equipment and the 3-day camp they hold in August. So
Oh, no,
it's
that's
always, it's good.
expensive, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And
insane.
then
Any field trip today when involving gasoline.
Yeah.
But, I mean, so what does an ice cream cake cost these days? That's a good question.
well, I got the small one because
Small?
a man of my
What's wrong with
size,
you?
everybody, I don't have there's
Who
not
orders a
big family.
small?
Mom's. Well, again, the other thing is I have this new freezer fridge that's a little bit narrower. So when I get the
Oh, come
larger
on,
cakes, it doesn't even fit. The width only accepts the small and the mediums, and so I got the small fudgy. And
What
it
do you got,
says
a little
happy-
ice box under the bed? What is that? You're living like Papillon had more refrigeration
I-
availability than you.
Actually, that's another long story. But during
Yeah.
the pandemic, my old fridge went on the fritz, and I went out to buy a
Buy
new
a new one,
fridge.
my man.
Well, I went to buy a new one in the middle of the pandemic. There was all these supply chain issues, and the fridge that was the proper size that replaced the other one was on back order for 3 months, and I didn't want to live out of an ice chest for 3 months. So I got
you
the
have
one.
a little Larry David in you. You really do, Mike.
So I had to
There's
get
just
the
a
one
little
that
bit of
was-
Larry David in you
kinda
in
does.
all of these stories.
I had to get the one that was 3 inches narrower, which is a good thing because I'm eating out all the time. I really don't need to have
maybe
that
so,
much
yeah.
in the freezer.
I don't
Anyway, we're-
freeze leftovers. I mean, if I don't eat them like the next couple of days, then that's
Yeah.
it.
No,
Right in the
but
trash.
sometimes I get stuff. Anyway,
All right.
so I get the cake, and I got to get home with fudgy before fudgy melts. But then I also have to pick up the pizza for my mom from Concadoro. But then on the way
Uh-huh.
home, I'm taking Griffin Road. What do I pass by? Tropical Acres, and I gotta.
You stopped in for a steak?
I'm gonna go in. Well, I pick up a couple of fillets to throw on the grill for later on,
Oh, man.
and some cream spinach.
And you're going out with Dick Steen? Unbelievable.
And my mom has been jonesing for the cream spinach from Tropical Acres. I went in there. I got to see Jack, our friend Jack Studiali. His son
was
Joe
there?
is there.
Oh,
Francie,
cool.
I got to see them, and we talked a little bit. Loves the show. He's listening to us, and it's a beautiful thing. The other thing he was doing, he was installing this new cabinet. They're going to start selling high-end liquor at the by where they have their butcher shop up front, where they sell the steaks during the
Oh,
daytime.
sweet.
And he was
Smart.
telling me he's allowed to sell full bottle liquor to go to package consumption, or not even on premises, because do you know their liquor license in the state of Florida, they are he said it's either number 49 or 50. He was looking at it the other day. I think he said it was number 50. So they were the 50th liquor
50th
license
Total?
in the state?
issued in the whole state of
Get out
Florida.
of here, man.
And I was saying, what's number one? Is it Joe's Stone Crab,
Yeah.
or is it Burns, or
Ponce de Leon
Okeechobee?
had to have the first
Ponce
liquor
de
license,
Leon.
right? Because he thought he found a fountain of youth. This guy had to
That's
be
a good
drunk
one.
out of his mind. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it might have been Ponce, but I don't know who holds number one. But Jack was telling me,
Inside
the-
50 is big.
yeah, that's a huge accomplishment to
Yeah.
have one of those oldest liquor licenses. But he was explaining that they don't have any restrictions on them. Now, if you get a liquor license, some of them are you have to serve more than 50% food. Some of them you have to have a facility that's over 150 seats. They have
Some
all
of them
these
you have to grease several politicians.
Yeah, I was gonna say, to get a liquor license is not easy, man. Liquor license is a
Several
pain in the
people that
ass.
might be
Full
connected
liquor
to,
can-
with ties to New Jersey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
full liquor can be a little bit of a cumbersome process.
No
but
doubt, yeah.
As
And
number
pricey.
50, that's like grandfathered in. It's unencumbered. He can do whatever he wants. They could sell
Oh,
wine
sweet.
and liquor, full liquor, like out of there and set up basically. So he's going to start trying to sell some high end bottles of
Good for him.
whiskey and vodka, and who knows what else. when people come in to pick up their beautiful fillets and all that at Tropical.
You know what the problem with Jack is, though, as a businessman? He doesn't know anything other than reasonable prices. Like he's got a drive-through where you're picking up like fine cuts of filet mignon and high-end booze, and then he's charging you like you were going to the Dairy Barn or something. It's unbelievable.
No, we that's why we love Tropical Acres.
It's
Again,
great.
2500 Griffin Road. I'll just work in the live spot. Beautiful, right?
Well,
now,
yeah, we
because
transition in
I
these
mean,
things.
hello.
You're learning, Mayo. You're learning.
and you know, it's a beautiful place because you get this great value. He's not looking to gouge your eyes out. He doesn't want to get every dollar out of your pocketbook. They're comfortable. They're happy. They own the place a long time. It's been there over 70 years. It's older than you, Defo, and that's pretty darn old.
It's
And-
really old now. I'm telling you. I mean, this injection in the knee, I'm not sure what it did yet.
But they are experienced and they'll make you happy. Masters of hospitality, and again, open every day but Sunday. Tonight, you go in there, you get that twin lobster special. It's doing gangbusters business. Two live steamed boiled Maine lobsters for $35. That comes with a side dish and a salad. And again, Tropical Acres, you can't beat the value, you can't beat the food, the quality, the selection. Go there Monday, Tuesday, half price wine night. And I was telling him, the three of us would come in there. I'm going to pay off the debts.
It's only going to cost you $1.05 if we all
Yeah.
get the lobster special.
We're going to go
That's
on a
not
Monday.
bad.
We're going to go on a Monday. We'll do a little surf and turf. We'll get a half price bottle of wine, and it'll be painless for me. So, Tropical Acres, go there. Tell them that the Lunchbox crew, Mayo, Defo, and Lubie sent you.
All right, I might want to check my social calendar to see which Monday or Tuesday it's going to be, but it's going to be a lot of fun. And you have a special guest coming up with the what is it called? A beats,
A beats, which is what they call pizza in New Haven. A beats, and
then
they pronounce
we'll
it
get Mike Mayo's
Gimme.
final summary on the Belmont Stakes too before the show is over as we head out to the track today. And guess who caught wind of the plan, Mike Mayo? You'll never believe this. The Mustang.
Oh
Oh,
no!
So it's going to be gambling Chateaubriand, gambling for two, my friend.
She going to be
Jesus.
plunging on those slot
I
machines?
can't deny her. I mean, you know, she's got like about 18 dimes worth of, tax signers this year. So, I'll have to, figure out a way to deal with that later on. But who cares about the IRS? Once you hit 70, it's like, hey, Uncle Sam.
Come and
Take it
get
with
me.
a sun don't shine. All right, we're coming
Isn't
back
this-
with more on Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. The T-shirt's on their way in a moment.
And lunchboxes.
I wanna thank you for letting me go. Don't have to deal with your drama no more. Oh, thank you for quitting on me. Send me some pain and misery. Oh, thank you for walking away. I learned to accept it some sweet day. Little messed up, but I make it somehow. 'Cause someone else's problem now. Could've worked it out, but it wasn't for you. Your leaving broke my heart in two. Awfully quick to loosen your load, but better now than further down the road. Oh, thank you for passing me by. I ain't gonna worry.
Oh, look at that. We're back on the Lunchbox. It's Friday. We're moving right along, having a grand old time. Me, Defo, Lubie. Now you could come and see us live. I mean, see our beautiful smiling
live.
faces on live streaming on the
Promise.
device near you. And Lubie, give me the deets again, because my COVID brain can't handle it.
For now, and we're gonna have more to come, but for now, you can just go to the Defo Show with the Lubie Facebook page. You can also go YouTube, South Florida Live, or just search Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Nice and easy, Mike Mayo's Lunchbox on YouTube, and you can check Mr. Mayo each and every day live video.
Yeah, and that's in addition to the WWNN signal, 1470 AM, 95.3, 96.9 FM. And again, we have the audio portions of the broadcast available for streaming and downloading anytime at your convenience at WWNNtalkradio.com. Tell all your friends. We have a great time here on the Lunchbox. We talk a little food, we talk a little sports. We have a little fun. We try to avoid the messy realities of the modern day world, including, no, I'm not even going to mention those hearings last night. Let's just move on. We're going to scope out a winner of the Belmont Stakes. That's the more important pressing matters at hand. Look at Defo with a smirk there, but we wanted to make this a
I
politics.
think he's watching a race.
I'm not seeing you guys. I'm seeing like a piece of cake or something that Lubie's got imposed here on the screen.
Oh, there you go. Oh,
Yeah.
is that off? I see.
Oh, there you go. All right.
Oh,
there
that
you
was
go.
the key lime, like the Greek
I
Turkish
thought it was a Tres
dessert.
Leches cake, but it looked like it came from Costco.
No, it
tasted
wasn't.
like it was
Joey,
great.
Cheese in it or
I
something.
tell
yeah.
you, among the best desserts in Broward, Joey Esposito's
Number
Tres
one for
Leches
me.
cake at
Number one.
the Tres Leches cake at Cafe Seville, friend
Yeah.
of the show. And I got to get Joe. We got to get him on one of these days to talk.
He's
horses.
shy about this
He's
stuff. I
very,
mean, he's going to
very-
put Hacky Reitman on, which he'll tell you about the time that he sparred with Trevor Berbick before Berbick got knocked out by I guess it was Tyson when he did the double
So-
knockdown. After one punch, he went down twice.
Let me
That
ask
kept
you
Tyson-
this,
Yeah.
because you always ask, would you take a punch from Mike Tyson for $1 million? My answer is no, because I'd be dead, and $1 million is pretty useless.
$1 million
when you're
doesn't
dead.
do you any good, if it's
But-
in other people's hands. Yeah.
Would you take $100,000 for taking a punch from Hacky Reitman, or
You know what? The
Hacky
Hackster
Reitman.
probably could punch a little bit better than I anticipate. Maybe at this stage, I would hope that he missed, because I think his vision might be a little bit impaired after all of those bouts in the ring. It was always a great mystery. He's known as the fighting surgeon. This is a guy that's a frequent. I run into him almost every time I'm at Cafe Seville, and I had the pleasure of calling one of the classic fights of all time, Hacky Reitman against Tim Doc Anderson. Do you remember the infamous Tim Doc Anderson by any chance, Mike?
Of
Mayo?
course, I know that name. Yeah,
Yeah,
I might have
he,
covered one of his fights when I was a young.
I have the distinction of calling a couple of his fights, both of which were equally atrocious, including the draw he fought with Hacky Reitman at the. You remember the club City Limits?
Yes.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
was live from
Yes.
City Limits. Hacky Reitman in the main event against Tim Doc Anderson. They called it a draw. We called it an atrocity. And, and Hacky still talks about that night as if it was one of the great nights. I think, I'm not inclined to listen back to anything that I do, but he's listened to the tape a few times. And I think we were fairly unflattering in our commentary because the prelims were so bad that we actually were a little bit toasted by the time we got to the main event. Which was appropriate too, but Doc Anderson is the guy that shot his manager after he forced him to take a dive against Mark Gastineau at the War Memorial. Maybe you were at that fight.
Did the manager survive? No, I wasn't at that fight, but
No, he whacked his manager, and he ended up. He
Whacked
was
him.
like doing life in prison somewhere.
So he's
Ended up-
in life. He's doing life. Okay,
I
that's
believe so, unless somehow DeSantis paroled him because he was perfectly within his
Well, they
the
didn't-
realm of the Second Amendment rights for shooting the guy. It
No,
didn't
they
matter
didn't
that he
have
aimed the pistol at somebody.
They didn't have stand your ground back then. If they did, he would have gotten away with it. He would have just said the manager was threatening him, and he
He was just
felt
upset he had to
fearful.
take a dive to Gastineau, who couldn't fight his way out of a wet
Right.
paper bag, as the saying goes. But
So
yeah.
let me ask you this
Yeah.
about Hacky, because let's say if Hacky,
I wouldn't want
knew-
to take a punch from Hacky, though, because he's
Okay, well-
more trained in this than my chin
He's
might
a
be.
surgeon, and doesn't that go against his Hippocratic
You would
oath
think.
to do no harm if he knows that you can get some money, and if he has to give you a punch, he doesn't want to make it hurt too
Very
bad?
conflicting. This is a guy with an inner conflict that goes beyond Michelangelo, who obviously was a bit of a nutbag, even though he outlived everybody by like twice the normal lifespan. But, well, the thing was, why would a surgeon want to mess up his hands? Because all boxers have,
Exactly.
not all boxers, but many, many boxers have really severe problems, with the compression that takes place when you're punching, not just a guy in a fight, but I mean, they're doing this every day in the gym. They're getting pounded on and they're pounding people back, and hitting a heavy bag and all that stuff. Yeah, a lot of people thought this guy's a real screwball because, if anything, it would be very compromising to surgical hands. But on Hackey's behalf, he's no slouch. I mean, no matter how many times he was hit in the head, he ended up, I think he was one of the original people that created Health South.
Really?
And
Hey.
I think he
Oh, so he
unloaded
didn't-
a share of it for like $30 million,
He's
like
good for him.
100 years ago. So
Right. So he didn't need to use his hands anymore. That's why.
no,
he's
and he'll
dead.
pick up an occasional tab at the Seville every now and then.
Nice.
You
Well,
know,
otherwise, I was going to say that he's just like every gambler. He's self-sabotaging. He loves to
Yes,
self-sabotage.
which we are too. So you're going with the chalk in the Belmont, huh, Mister We the People?
Well, again, today we're hoping to make our money, and tomorrow we'll just futz around and maybe play a couple of races. But yeah, I like the chalk. We the People in the big race tomorrow because it's a talented runner. He's 3 out of 4 for his young career. He got a late start. And Kate Bradar, a friend of the show, and I saw
She
her
likes
on
that
the
horse,
show this
too.
morning. And again, because when it was in the barn of Rudolph Brissett last fall, he knew that this We the People was a runner and something special. And Caton's husband's jockey, Florent Giroux, was riding We the People when he broke his maiden in his first race there at Oaklawn. And I got
Sounds like something you'd
72 on
order
it.
at a French restaurant, though, doesn't it? I'll have the Florent Giroux.
I'll have the Florent
I
Giroux
like that a little on the
flambe.
spicy side, yeah.
He's flambéed me a couple of times, that Florent Giroux. But no,
Scored on
he's-
that cyberknife, though, so we made up for it.
Yeah, no, I scored on We the People and Cyberknife, so he's good. We're good for the year. So no matter, and now Flavien Prat, another one of the Frenchmen's, is there. So he's on board. So I like him, and I said, in New York, Pletcher, leave on a stretcher. So I'm just going to key the chalk We the People with the 2 Pletcher horses, use them in trifectas and exactas, and we'll try to make a big score today because I think the card looks a little better. Hey, Jim,
hopefully the prices of flowers have gone down a little bit. Everything else is going up, so that when we throw them on the site where they bury you after the Belmont, it won't be so expensive.
So, before I want to get to the next break because Jim is on the line. But
Yeah.
let's just quickly get your pick. Who are you picking in the Belmont Stakes?
Oh, you know what? I really don't have a great opinion on it. I mean, it does look like I know this that if you have, as Matt Carruthers would say, the lone speed, you have We the People able to set the pace, and we know that front runners, when unchallenged, go all the way, even if it's a mile and a half, and doesn't look like they can get the distance. So that's going to be a tough proposition. But I told you earlier today when you were on the Defo show this morning, you will hear an old fat Jew in the background of whatever racetrack you happen to be at yelling, "Mow him down! Mow him down!" Because I want somebody to come out of the clouds and mow this horse down in a stretch. So once again, it looks to me like a back wheel of the favorite, and hope the biggest bomb wins this thing. Something like
but
Skippy
an
Long's
eight horse field, the biggest you're gonna get on back wheel of favorite is like $15. You might as well just save your money and buy another Cuban sandwich for me and Lubie on your way to the track today.
Lubie's not showing up today. He hates racetracks.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
showing up today.
So-
Remember, I'm
so-
meeting you guys out there. I have to see what you guys
And
do on
meanwhile-
your Friday.
Meanwhile, you're saying you always yell, "Mow him down." I'm always usually the one yelling, "Wire!
Hang on,
Wire!" I need him to hang on for another 70
The
years.
Wire Man, and I told you this, very curious, but I don't know if he still has the job, but he became like the night manager at Vinny's, Lauderdale by the Sea, right around the corner from Even Keel Fish Shack, a very popular place, Italian restaurant, Vinny's. Good food, reasonable prices, and a lot of people like to go there for the DJ, and it's always jamming there in the Lauderdale by the Sea area. But the Wireman, whose name I don't know, somehow had a background in like strip clubs or restaurants, and ended up as the night manager at a very popular restaurant. And all we knew him as, I guess, ticket scalping is a business of the past, because everybody can buy tickets on StubHub now. So the tickets, he used to scalp tickets. Like if you ask him, hey, you got any tickets for a ball game? He literally would have had the entire block of tickets for the full stadium. But like a World Series game, which one do you want? Yeah, where do you want to sit here?
And-
Super Bowl, whatever you needed. But now he's the night manager at Vinny's.
Right. Now him and the day manager used to be a travel agent. So that's what
just
happened.
keep screaming,
Or-
"Why, yeah!" and you'll get service right away.
Hey, so before we talk to Jim from Abit's, the New Haven style pizza place in Delray Beach that just opened up. I'm going pizza crazy today. I'm like Dickstein with Best of Delray Beach. He eats every pizza in sight. He's like Pac-Man, those little
Yeah.
the pies. But
He would have loved Rome, Dixie.
and today I got a pizza for my mom, and then of course we got the crew from Pizza Spot coming back next week and earlier this week, and we loved them. We love that pepperoni slices at Costa's Greek Eatery and Pizzeria, which is at 1940 Northeast 49th Street in Pompano Beach, and he calls it New York and Greek style pizza. And Custis, he's a great guy. You got to go in there, and not only does he have the great pizza with the pepperoni, he's got some specialty pies like the gorgonzola and spinach. You didn't try it this time. We're going to get it next time that we get in there next month. You're going to try that one. It's going to be a beautiful.
You know what they had there that I really wanted, and I was craving, and I was going to go back there even last night. I thought about it. I saw somebody being served a salad. It wasn't a Greek salad, but it was one of the 3 salad offerings they had, and I can't remember what they called it, but it looked absolutely amazing. I was craving it.
I had that when I went 2 times ago, and it was a salad that he
like
puts
an island salad they call it or something.
They put these the souvlaki, the chicken souvlaki. He puts the cubes of that beautiful marinated spiced chicken on top, and you feel healthy when you eat that.
Oh,
if you want to eat a
good.
little light.
Look good. Yeah.
But of course, he's got all the great Greek specialties like the gyros, the souvlaki, the spinach pie, the pastisio. That's the Greek lasagna, and of course the moussaka. All the stuff is there. You want it, you got it. Costas Greek Eatery Pizzeria.com. Go check out the menu. You could order on any of the delivery apps. They're open every day. And when you go there, they're going to treat you like family. So go, bring your appetite, enjoy. Opa, Costas Greek Eatery and Pizzeria in Pompano.
All right, special guest coming up here. We'll get into Beats in Delray, lightening up there with the New Haven style pizza. That's coming up in just a moment here on Mike Mayo's Lunchbox.